Hello, everyone. We're excited you're joining. It takes a few minutes for the attendees to find their way in the meeting. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Thank you for joining us today. We'll give it 1 or 2 more minutes to let a few more people jump in, and then we'll get started. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the chat if that's available to you on your end, or drop them in the question and answer box, and we'll get to them at the end of the webinar. If you have any other questions, feel free to message us, and we'll definitely get to you as soon as we can. Thank you for joining. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get everything started off. My name is Amanda. I work for ODTUG, and we're excited you're joining us for our third installment of our OCI webinar series. We are excited about this community and the future it holds within the ODTUG organization. I would like to welcome today's speaker, Sandhya Lakshmi Gopalan. She is a senior product manager for Oracle integrations. She leads the robotic process automation capability, overseeing its direction and product development while driving customer success through the effective adoption of automation solutions. Welcome, we're glad you're here and excited to see your presentation today.
Thank you. Thanks everybody for joining today. I'll go ahead and share my screen and get into the presentation today. Okay. Hope you can see my presentation. Okay.
Yep, it looks great.
Okay, getting into slideshow. So we're talking about robotic process automation, which is a native capability within Oracle integration. So many of the details that I'll be sharing today are very close to our vision and mission statement. We appreciate confidentiality of the details being shared. Okay, agenda for today. I'll be giving you an overview, then touching upon some of the use cases and also talking about our availability in different OCI regions. Then there will be a demo. Then we will get into some differentiators and pricing. Throughout the session, if you have questions, please feel free to drop them in the Q&A or chat window, and then we will get to them as we are running through the session today. Okay, so Oracle integration as a platform today provides a variety of tools for our customers to be able to automate your business process. Oracle integration provides a variety of capabilities to address application integration requirements. The capabilities include having application adapters, technology adapters. They also have pre-built solutions in the form of recipes and accelerators. We also have a rapid adapter builder framework, which can be leveraged to build adapters for your custom applications. So all of this sits into our application integration capability. You can leverage this to build or connect or extend your applications. We have process automation capabilities, which allow customers to build their own workflows where they have structured human intervention. These are very close to customers or organizations' business. They could be expense approvals, travel requests, or leave approvals, and all of this have structured inputs to be taken from end users. So we support these functionalities to be automated too, using our process automation capability. We have a capability called decision service, where you can bundle all your business policies and rules into an entity called decision service. And these services, this service will help in loosely coupling your automation solution with your business rules and policies. And this gives you the flexibility of modifying these details and at any time in your automation journey and have no impact to the automation that you have built. So that's about decision service. AI services, we are making some strategic investments in bringing in capabilities which help in seamless integration of AI services into your larger automation story. Also, we are investing in areas where we, as a product, um, also adopt a number of AI capabilities to simplify end user experiences and streamline their experiences. We have a robust B2B capability where you can register trading partners and also establish communication in terms of transferring different documents through different transport protocols. We do support that with our B2B capabilities. You're also able to build analytic insights across all of these technologies. And all of your use case can span across multiple of these technologies, and all of that can be done from within Oracle integration. In this area, we have started supporting robotic process automation. So you can come to Oracle integration and build robots which are able to automate manual repetitive tasks on your business applications. And these robots can be seamlessly integrated with your larger orchestration or larger business process automation need. So everything is available on a single platform. From an Oracle integration, an integration platform, we are evolving into a business automation platform. And to automate your business processes, you have everything within a single platform now, including the robotic process automation. So success of a use case or automation completely relies on the right use of technology. So leverage these technologies wisely, depending on the use case that you're trying to automate. And that's where the success relies. So that is about how we are transitioning from an integration platform into a business automation platform, and RPA is central to that transition. So introducing RPA into Oracle integration, what does this do for a customer? It eliminates automation silos. What do we mean by eliminating automation silos? We have seen in a customer's ecosystem that integration and automation or a robotic process automation are standalone platforms. They're often separate departments or pillars, and they don't have any kind of collaboration. So what happens is when a use case comes in or a requirement comes in to automate a business process, both of these teams, instead of collaborating with each other and building a complementary solution, often happens is solutions that had to be leveraged using or built based on application integration capabilities translate into automation requirements, and we have seen automation or robots doing something that APIs can do very well. So robots start mimicking API related work, and everything is fine when you build and design, but when you try to take this to production and try to hit with production kind of workloads, scalability and reliability both become very questionable for robotic solutions. And because of the lack of communication and collaboration between these two teams, instead of complementing solutions, we have seen them building competing solutions. In order to avoid these scenarios, we have hosted RPA as a capability within Oracle integration. Now, this is going to foster collaborative design development experience. You're going to have a consolidated lifecycle management. You can have integration and robotic workloads moved across instances seamlessly. You will have enhanced governance. That is, you can have specific team members work on a specific business process automation project, and you can have specific team members work on integration components and robotic needs, and they can be orchestrated together to solve the larger automation goal. You have unified observability, that is, you can track what is happening to your business process transaction end to end on a single platform. You don't have to juggle across platforms to understand what happened with your integrations and what's happening with your robots. Everything is available in one place. So we are not just introducing another tool, but we are completing your automation ecosystem by introducing RPA into Oracle integration. So that's why this is essential. And many customers we have also seen are running a kill the robot or kill the bot program to translate all their bot implementations, which were running on a standalone RPA platform, into an integration solution. So to avoid such things, we want robots to be part of your automation toolkit. You are given the freedom to choose whether to use robots or integration or both, or use them together to solve your automation need. Okay, a little bit into availability. So we announced the GA of RPA, that is general availability of RPA in 2502 release. 2502 release is nothing but our February release. Um, and RPA is available in all of these regions. We are slowly adding more regions here. So if you have an OIC3 Enterprise Edition in any of these regions, Oracle Integration Enterprise Edition, then you can leverage robots today. Let's get into some details about use cases. So what are the popular use cases that we have seen customers adopting RPA for? So in the ERP space, we have seen customers adopting RPA for invoice management. They want to update invoices at the end of pay period, and these invoices are something that they do manually, these updates, and they want a robot to take over and do some simple computations and then update these invoices. Definitely robots can be leveraged for this. You want to download invoices from a third-party ERP system like SAP Ariba, and then consolidate all of these invoices. You can do that using robots. Then you can create invoices also in ERP system where they don't have access to APIs, or they are small vendors. You don't have access to APIs, but you do have access to the UI, and you can make edits there. You can definitely leverage robots to do them. Cash management has been another popular scenario where we have seen customers adopting RPA. You can create ad hoc payments in Fusion apps using robots. And you can also create manage receivable activities using robots. So these are some of the use cases we have seen customers adopting for, but this is just a subset of scenarios, but there are many other scenarios where RPA can fit in. Another popular theme we have seen customers adopting RPA for is their setup and management. There are several manual steps involved in ERP, in the setup of an ERP environment. They are often called as post-clone activities. So a combination of integration and robots can be leveraged to completely automate this business process. A lot of customers, a lot of their business users spend several hours doing this manually today. So this is a huge operational win for customers. ESS job maintenance again requires some configurations to be done across ERP environments. Definitely robots can do this configuration across different instances. They can also be used for manual scheduling and submission for those that do not provide an API. You can definitely leverage the robots to do the manual submission and scheduling. Another popular area we have seen customers adopting RPA for is test suite and custom automations. So you can build test suites using robots. You can have the robots go and validate some specific UI components. For Fusion app release modules, we have seen this a popular request, and we have seen customers adopting OIC RPA for that. Also for some custom automations and custom applications that they want to do some validation, which they are typically doing using standalone scripts, they are happy to adopt OIC RPA. So this is another area we have seen huge demand. The next we are going to talk about, or we are going to see a demo where I'll be showing you how we can automate some of the P2P refresh steps using OIC RPA. We two scenarios that we'll be running today. One is to update the remote directory for HTML extracts. And the other one is to also run several scheduled batch processes in ERP. So these are the two scenarios that we will be seeing today. I will go into the demo here. So you should see my screen split into two halves. The left side of my screen is an Oracle Integration Enterprise Edition, and right side is a Fusion App instance. So let me log into the Fusion App instance here and quickly demonstrate what we will ask the robot to be automating today. So the robot is going to log into this Fusion App instance. What it is going to do is go into data exchanges here. It's going to navigate to data exchange, pick up the extract definitions from here, click on extract definitions. Then it's going to filter for a specific extract name, and then it was going to choose a group, and then it's going to click on search. It's going to get into the payments, and it's going to click on deliver here to see all the extract delivery options. Amongst all the delivery options, it is going to only pick up the rows where the delivery type is FTP, and it's going to go and update this remote directory path for the delivery options where the delivery type is FTP. So it's going to perform this for a few extracts. That's what is the use case that we will be demonstrating today using a robot. So to make this possible, what do I have on Oracle integration? So within Oracle integration, I go and create a project called Fusion Post Clone Automation. I have built an integration which actually connects to a file server, gets the details of the extract, that is the extract name, the delivery option name, and what is the remote file directory that I need to update. All these values are going to sit inside a shared file location. It's going to be, this integration is going to pick that up and feed that information to the robot. So the robot is being invoked as part of this integration. So this robot here, I have this update HCM extract file path robot. It's going to log into the ERP application, do all the navigation steps that I did manually right now. The robot is going to perform. And then for every extract, it is going to search and modify the file directory for the specific delivery options that we have provided within the file. Okay, so that's what we will be seeing today. So let me run this and then we can get into more details. So I'm going to submit this request now. Yeah, so we saw the request getting in. It's going to read from this file and it's feeding the details to this robot. So let's go to observe. So this is what is unified observability. This is where I can observe what's happening with my integration. I can come in here, also see what's happening with my robot. So I see that it's in progress now. So the request has come in. Let's see if it goes through all the steps that we have recorded here. Yeah, we see a browser window popping up. Okay, signing into the ERP application. Yep. It's going to go into extract definition now. And it's going to go look for individual payments, extract information that we passed from the file is the input here. It's looking for the payments. And here it's going to look for specific delivery options where the file FTP option is set, the delivery type. So it's going to click on the first row here. Then it's going to change the remote directory and then update it. Yeah, it's going to perform the same search again for other delivery options we have. So yeah, we see it's clicking on the second row, so it's updating this value. And yeah, so this is something that uh, I understand is done manually today, and this can definitely be done through a combination of integration and robots. So integration will take care of reading the file, and the robot is going to take care of mimicking the human steps here. Yeah, so it's going to the third row here because that's the delivery option name that we have given, and it's going to update that remote directory value for that particular delivery option. Okay, so this is a sample that we saw where the robot was able to interact with the HCM extracts to update the remote field directory. We do have another interaction that we can take a look at that is executing some of the batch processes, and we can schedule them and execute them. So let's run this robot. Mm, what are the process names that we want this robot to run? I'm just going to bring that up. So we would want the robot to run for these two jobs. So let me provide the job names here. Yeah. So this is one process name. Okay. We're gonna call it synchronize person records. And the other one that we want the robot to uh, run for is update person search keywords. So these are the two batch processes we want the robot to run. So let's run this. So let's go back to observability and see what's happening with the robot execution. So this earlier one that we ran has been successful. So we will be able to see the entire execution here. Alternatively, from an integration standpoint, we will be able to also see what's happening from here. We can take a look at what happened to the robot. We can also see if the robot call was successful or not, right? You can navigate to the robot section from here, and every action, the robot action is logged in detail, just like integration. Every step is captured in detail, and you can have screenshot captured for each of these steps too. Okay, now this is the robot interaction. The left-hand side screen that you see popping up is for the scheduled job run that we wanted the robot to do. So let's see how the robot is going to perform this. Yeah, it's looking for the batch process that we provided in the input. Yep. So that's how that execution went. So now let's also see how that execution went here. So this is what you will see here. You will see that it entered the details for each. I'm also capturing the response here. That's why you see the submission IDs being accepted. And it took both these details and presented it in both the iteration, right? One is for search and the other one is update person search records. So this is how you can build automations which will allow robots to execute. And you can orchestrate these robots into a single integration flow or multiple integration flows as required. I can also show you how you can do that on the fly. So let's just wait for the robot to complete here.
A few questions have come in. Do you want to answer those now or wait till later?
I can take those questions as we are seeing this. Yeah. Okay. Uh, okay. So Andrew, we will talk about differentiators in the following slide. And then how easy it is to configure these robots. I can show you a sample of that. Does it require any coding knowledge? Please suggest absolutely no coding required, no knowledge required. Is there a limitation in terms of how many robots can run simultaneously? There is no limit. The number of robots that can run simultaneously is how you configure this environment pool. So let me take you here. So if you see, I have attached my own mission as an environment here. If you add 5 or 6 environments here, 5 different robots are always available to take the requests. So you can see some parallel executions across these 5 environments. So that's how parallelism can be achieved. In terms of how easy it is to put this robot together, let me build a sample flow here. I'm going to call it get PO supplier name. And this PO supplier name, what it's going to do is it's going to accept a PO number as an input. And then we will also see this as the output. That is, we will see supplier name as the output, right? So this is what this robot is going to do. So let's get into building this robot. So it's going to accept this URL. We are going to request the robot to launch this URL. You can always run this in headless mode, that is in the background, but for the demo, let's keep it this way. So this this gives instructions to the robot to open a browser application, and the browser application is going to be Chrome here. We do have options and support other browsers too. So once that is done, the next step here would be to sign into the application. So let's see how we can mimic that step or build the robot to interact with the sign-in page. So this is where I would start recording. And I want to interact with the sign-in page here. You will see a small pop-up showing that the recorder has started. I click on begin recording. This is what I do. I want to enter a user ID here. So the value for this user ID is going to come from this connection that I've already defined. So this connection sits outside of the robot flow itself. So any changes to this will have no impact to the robot. So today you want to try this against a dev instance, you will give dev details here, connection details. And if you want to move it to production, you will just change these and move the robot to a production instance. That's what is required. So let's give a sample value here. I'm going to give this. And then the password is going to be a value that's going to come from this connector here. Okay, and I'll also have the password typed in here. Give me a minute. Okay, let's build this quickly. Yeah. Okay, so the password is here. Save this, and then the next action is to click on sign in. So as I'm clicking and interacting with the recorder, you will see the robot flow getting laid out parallelly, right? I don't have to do anything, just use the recorder and navigate on the application like a business user would, and you will see the low code actions getting added. We'll next click on purchase orders here. That step gets recorded. So absolutely, you don't need a desktop or a IDE to be installed to build these robots. Everything is on the browser within your Oracle integration. Um, so we click on save. Tasks are open. The next thing is to click on manage orders. So we do that. At some point, if that navigation doesn't get through, you can always go to this location you want and resume recording. You will use the blue highlight to skip the recording. So since this step is already recorded, I will just go with the blue highlight, will not wait for it to turn green. Now here, I can key in the purchase order number. So this is going to be coming in from the input parameter that we defined. And I'm going to give a sample value. 3, and then we click on save. Now we click on search. This should return some record for us. Yeah, we do see a record. So then we pick up this. This is what I'm interested in, but I'm not interested in clicking that element. I'm interested in getting the value. I'm going to get that and store it in get supplier name, and the output that I created is what I'm going to save it in. Click on save and stop the recording. That's it. My robot is ready. So the entire flow is ready. I just use the recorder to get this. Things that I can do is one, maybe take a screenshot wherever I want to in my robot flow. For every action does give you an option to take a screenshot. This is handy when you're trying to build the robot or trying to debug a scenario. It's very useful. We can also log this output value that we just captured just to see what the robot is giving us. So that will be the supplier name and click on save. So this is how simple it is to build the robot. You don't need any coding knowledge. Everything is a browser user interface, and you have low code actions which you can drag and drop to in case you don't want to use a recorder or your scenario is slightly complex and recorder is not suitable. We also provide some flow constructs like for each and switch. For example, you want to group a set of actions and you want that to be performed for multiple objects, like you are feeding a list of invoices or list of purchase orders. You can definitely use for each. You want to do some logical comparisons. You want to perform some switch conditions. You want to compare. You can definitely use switch to do that. So these are some of the other complex structures or constructs that we support. We also support some complex data types. We did this entire demo with simple data types, but you have a complex data type, you can create them and associate them to your input and output variables. So this is how simple it is to build the robot. You don't need any mm, coding expertise to be able to build these robots. Um, so this is how you can build this robot. Now, how to associate this to an environment pool. We just choose the environment pool. In this case, the environment pool has the environment which is running on my machine. I just click on activate and we are able to activate this robot. So once this is done, I will show you from an integration standpoint how easy it is to build an integration which calls this robot. I'm going to create a scheduler integration called get PO details. This is where we have introduced a native action called robots, and you can invoke the robot from here. I'm just going to call it supplier bot. This lists all the available robots. In this case, I'm interested in interacting with get PO supplier name. Click on continue and finish. So the robot is ready. Now I just have to complete my mapping. That is the input that I need to feed into the robot needs to be provided here. I do that. And this is, I'm going to hard code this value, but this will come in from a file. This can come in from a different API call. All of that is possible. So let's validate this. And then we are going to go ahead. Let's add a log action here just to see what the integration is processing as output. So this is where the output will come and from the robot and can be leveraged for your other API calls that you'll be making, or for your larger orchestration needs, you can leverage that. So this is a business identifier that is required to activate my integration. I make that available and we are good to activate this integration. So it is as simple as this to have robot as part of your larger integration. So the communication between integration and robots will be seamless. Handshake will be very seamless. Excuse me. So that's the experience from the standpoint of how to build this robot. I'm just going to modify this to Kelvin Roth so that we're able to run this end to end. So I'm just going to run this integration that I built now. You will see the interaction going through and you will see the robot popping up again. So while that's happening, maybe if there are other questions, I'll answer them and then we will go to the rest of the Q&A, rest of the presentation we have. Okay, is RPA available with OIC or is this a separate instance? This is not a separate instance. This is very much part of OIC. You have to be on OIC 3 Enterprise Edition to leverage robots. You just see an entered username and no pop-up screen. I don't know if there's an issue. Okay. Do you have sample robots in OIC similar? No, we don't have any recipes today and no accelerators today, but we are in the works. We are building a few. Can these robots work with outside applications such as Excel? No, this robot can work with any web-based application. It doesn't have to be Oracle web application. Any web application today we have capabilities to automate. One thing that we don't support is support automation on desktop applications. That is not something we support today, but that is going to come soon in the following year. Is it integration calling robot recommended versus robot calling? Yes, we always recommend integration calling robot. Robots cannot be called directly. A robot is a part of orchestration, and we want to keep it that way because the scalability that an integration platform provides, no robot platform can provide. So what you see is the recommended approach. Today, you want to solve a problem using robots, you will build a robot for that and add that part of your larger orchestration. Tomorrow, you have an evolved technology that you want to leverage, that is swap the robot with an integration implementation. You can do so with no impact to anybody consuming your automation. So the recommended approach is to use robots as a part of integration. Please share any documentation. We will do, I will share all the resources post this call. I will share all the available RPA resources to everybody here today in the session. Yeah, I'd send that to to the organizers and they will reach out to you with the details. Okay, so that's what what we did. The robot ran successfully. You saw that it got the supplier details. We can also track this end to end from here or go here and see if the robot execution was successful. So we saw this, the robot was successful. It entered this particular value and got the supplier name. We can also check this from the integration here. You can check out that the integration was successful. Okay, this is not the integration we're talking about. Get PO details, instances. This is automation. No, we're talking about this one here. Yes. So this is what we got, and this is what is logged here. This is the supplier name that we got from the um, purchase order screen. Right. So this is about how easy it is to build and how you can solve your automation needs. Let's go back to the slide here and continue with the rest of the okay. So what are the differentiators? Ours, we are a business automation platform. So we give you a lot of other automation capabilities. RPA is one of them. So you can build heterogeneous automation patterns, leveraging one or several of these technologies. Native component of integration, which means making an integration talk to robot is very simple. We provide you all the required utilities to do so. Data exchange is seamless. You can also future-proof your automation, which means you build a robot today for your immediate automation needs, but you want to evolve that with an API-based approach later on. You can do so with zero impact to your overall automation solution. We are a complete web-based composition. That is, there is no need to have a desktop installation or a license for the same. If you have Oracle Integration Enterprise Edition SKU today, you're using that, you can start leveraging robots today. You have a enhanced developer productivity. It is very simple and effective to use. Uh, you have unified observability and manageability. We've spoken about that. So everything is available in a single platform. You can observe end-to-end your automation solutions. You can also manage the life cycle of these robots alongside your integrations. And projects give you an enhanced governance, and robots also adopt all of those capabilities. So these are key differentiators. And with any other standalone RPA vendor, we are very different. We stand apart. We are not competing in the space of standalone RPA solution. We want to be a business automation platform. You will see robot capabilities, but never we will compete with integration in terms of capabilities that we provide. We only will complement. We will never say robots can solve everything, but we can say all your automation needs will be solved if you're on Oracle integration. Now into pricing. If you're on things to keep in mind, you have to be on Enterprise Edition. No purchase of additional SKU required. We also support this on Healthcare Edition. Robots also have the same message pack consumption model. We don't have a pricing model. That is, today, if you have a message pack configured for your OIC3 instance and you're underutilizing it, then nothing to do, just start using robots. You will have no issues. And then once you have figured out your robot requirements and once you know the kind of workloads that you will be processing, then you can take a look at your message pack configuration if you want to increase it based on the workloads that the robots will be processing. Every robot execution, that is one complete execution of the robot, is considered as one message, and this complete execution will be for 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes of robot execution is considered one message. Every next fifth minute will be an additional message. And all of this will contribute to the same message pack that you have configured on for your OIC Enterprise Edition. So that's on the pricing angle and the licensing. And with that, we come to the end of the session. Thank you all for listening to me patiently. I'll go through your questions and we can okay, I will share the documentation. When the scheduled integration is run, does the machine need to be turned and logged in. So you don't have to log in, but you will have to have your robot agent up and running. Typically, you will have this running in a VM. So we have an agent software which can be downloaded from the OIC3 console, and you can move this robot agent into a VM and make this running all the time on the VM, and then attach that VM as an environment to your environment pool. And that's all. Whenever the integration runs and invokes the robot, if the mission is available and the agent is running, the instructions will go to the mission and it will execute all of those instructions. Okay, how do you determine when a bot is necessary for a process versus a traditional integration? So it is very simple. If you have an API to solve your problem, you will use integration. If you don't have an API and you have to do this manually today, then your best bet is a robot. So that's how you differentiate between a bot and an integration in your automation needs. Thank you. Whoever this is, because you're anonymous, great to know that you'll be exploring this right away. Okay. Think
Thank
I've
you
answered
so
all the questions.
much. Yeah, if anyone has another question, feel free to drop it in the chat in the next few seconds. Thank you so much for presenting today. It was a great presentation. I feel like I'm learning a lot about OCI. It looks like we have another question that just came in.
Okay, if we want to accelerate adoption, what more tactical resources are available to partner on use cases and upskilling or training offline? So I will share resources, Andrew. The resources also will take you to some YouTube videos, and we also have live labs. These will give you an understanding of how to the live lab is like a step-by-step tutorial. It will give you everything that you require from a prerequisite standpoint. So you will be given directions on how to start building this robot, what are the first steps, and how you can be successful with the same. So that is something that you have, and the use cases that I shared today, I'm sure there will be a way to give the content of this presentation to the participants here. So that use case information will be good to start exploring robotic needs within your partner ecosystem or the clients that you have. So OIC3 Enterprise Edition is what is needed. Yes.
Great. Well, I don't want to take up any more anyone else's time. Sandhya, thank you so much. We appreciate you being here. Thank you all for joining us. The webinar will be available on our website, and I will follow up with links and other information. Reach out to Amanda at odtug.com if you have any questions. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.